Well, it's turned out another fairly dismal day again, so me and the dog are just going to go out and do a little bit of litter picking. Not a lot, just what will fit in the little rucksack and perhaps a small bag that I carry or tie to the rucksack. So if you're thinking of doing a little bit of litter picking, do remember to take the following items. Some polythene bags to put the litter in, some strong gloves, especially in today's climate of the coronavirus, some gloves perhaps a bit stronger than these, and I'm not going to take this, but some tongs to pick things up with are handy. They first of all stop you from handling the item, and also they stop you from having to bend down so far. And I'll be taking the rucksack there, which I can put things in and also tie things to, because I quite often come back with that thing full and stuff tied to it, so I'll bring some cord to do that as well. We'll get off that glove. Right, so that's what we're up to today. As you can see, it turned out wet and windy again, so just a nice pot around, pick a bit of litter up. We won't make much of a difference, but if everybody did a little bit, the place would be a lot cleaner. And you never know what you're going to find. I like these little, keep my eyes peeled at the litter, because some of it is useful. Well, I've got to say that so far the place is looking remarkably clean, and that's because there are quite a few other people who take litter picking quite seriously, and they have been busy over the last few weeks because a lot of kids have been using these woods, and so there has been a fair bit of litter dropped, but I think it's been picked up at the pace it's been dropped. That piece of sycamore dropped not so long ago. So now this is one thing we do get a lot of, and I didn't know what these were for quite a while. I thought there were cyclists pumping up the flat tyres, but then there was too many of them. But it turns out that they're nitrous oxide canisters. And I found that out when I started finding not just the single canisters, but the cardboard boxes that, I don't know, they must have held about 20 or 50 of them. Right, the only thing I'm concerned about as we get down here is, oh, there's a, what's that? That's just a bit of silver paper. We'll just, oh, it's kids camping. Come on out of there. Wait. Yeah, so we've got kids in there camping, so it'll be worth a return visit at some stage. Anyway, that wasn't particularly what I was concerned about. What I was concerned about is there's a big bog in there, and the dog loves water, and she's probably off in to find the bog now, which means a big washing detail when I get home. Come on, out of there. Get out of it. Come on. Look at that glass there sticking up. Sticking up just for a dog to stand on. What's that? Probably the remains of a tent. There's a tent peg. You do find some useful items. There's a piece of glass there, look. So I'll just carry on here for a while. This was the old shelter to feed the pheasant. I think they've given up on pheasant rearing and shooting in this wood now because there's just too many people about. The mighty beech, although this one is probably on the skids by the amount of fungus that's on it. Certainly the right hand trunk is dead, tops come off it. Left hand one's still going strong. Also known as the Queen of the Forest, and I think that's the King of the Forest behind it. Not such an old specimen though, the oak tree. Oh, that's the dog found the water, or more like the slurry state of it. Come out of there. I'm not optimistic, but while I'm here I'm just going to take these dead branches off at the trunk just to see if we've got any fat wood in there. I always bring a saw with me. Whenever I'm sawing, she starts digging, and she can dig for England. Look at the state of her now. Hey, I think she must think we're digging a den. It's aluminium again. Crush it down. It's got some fluid in it. Tip that out first, I think. You usually find if got any amount, well, you usually find even if probably it's all dried up, that it's been there for any length of time, you've usually got slugs in them. bag's getting full now. This rucksack has served me well. You can see I've had to do some sewing on it. Both straps have, well, first one strap failed and then the other strap failed, but I can't fault it. It's had considerable weight over many years. I probably don't make this rucksack anymore. It's a Carrymore Trail 25. We're just going to deviate down here. It stops at a very busy road, but there were a lot of beer cans down here, metal beer cans, but I suspect they've all been picked up, but we'll check anyway. It's quite dim light and I can't hold this camera too steady, so it's probably a bit shaky footage. We've got old Hugh there on the left. I'm going to walk under the branches, and that's a beech, the bottom burnt out there. That's probably on the skids. Beech. A holly here to the right. Hawthorn to the left. Another beech. More beech. Got an interesting tree coming up ahead. Well, off to the left there's a sycamore. That's a sycamore. And then off to the right here we've got the sweet chestnut. I don't think we're going to get any sweet chestnuts this year. The leaf of the sweet chestnut. You can see that young sucker. Well, it's not really a sucker, it's coming out of the trunk, but you see that young branches are smooth, but the young trunks smooth, but as they get older they get this fissured, almost spirally pattern on them. Anyway, let's see if we can see these cans. Oh, there's one. No, that's a modern edition, because that one's made out of aluminium and the old editions were made out of steel. A nice red fungus there, look. See that red fungus? I don't know what that is. Something to learn. It's a nice red colour though. Kneeling down in all the holly here. It's not very comfortable. And this tree here, this is your punk wood. This has just gone a bit too far. This, I think it's going to fall to pieces if you try and get any of that. But that's your punk wood. Watch this finger there. Look, watch this. You can just push your finger right into the punk wood. Now, dry that out. Char it, and that'll take a spark. Anyway, we'll get this can crushed. Get out of the way. There's all the debris below the beech tree. Look, all the old husks. Take a while to rot down, and there's still a lot of beech leaves there. And this is summer. We're past the summer solstice now, and there's beech leaves, and beech drop their leaves very late. In fact, that's why people make beech hedges. Right, well, this is it. We can go no further. We're on a road known as the Parkway, and somebody's removed the fence. I don't want the dog going on the road. I don't want the dog going in that lot either. So, what's that over there? Oh, it's just a packet, crisp packet, I think. Oh, the dog's got something as well. Alright, good dog. Yeah, the dog's got something. 2 litre lemonade bottle. Right, well this is where the steel cans were. Somebody's picked them up. Oh, what have we got? We've got one remaining. That's the dog you can hear with that plastic bottle. Yes, alright, alright. There's a lot of ivy growing up the trees around here, and somebody's been having a go at it. And I'll show you something a bit further up the path. Come on. I've got the plastic bottle in the rucksack now because she's making a tremendous noise with it. There it is, look at that for a piece of ivy. Girth of that. That'll make a fine hearthboard or spindle. We'll leave that there, I don't need it, I've got plenty of ivy. I've got plenty of ivy almost as thick as that. Probably a bit straighter as well. Oh, and there look. Turn round, and I wouldn't have seen that otherwise. What's that? Now that'll be a dog poo bag, and that's what people do. They take a dog poo bag out with them. They put the dog poo in it. Actually, that might not be a dog poo bag. Oh, it is. Yeah. They've put it's not a proper dog poo bag, but they've put dog poo in it, and then they've thrown it down, and that's what happens. Unfortunately, that's what happens. Do we take their dog poo away? You've got to draw the line somewhere, but I think on this case, what we'll do is we'll get a dog poo bag out, and we'll put the dog poo bag in the dog poo bag. You got to be, you know, if you're going to do the job, let's do the job. So there we go, we've got the dog poo bag in the dog poo bag. Now we just got to put that in the rucksack. This is where your tongs and your rubber gloves come into play, of course. You know, it would be better if they just let the dog have a poo, wouldn't it? Rather than leaving it in a dog poo bag and then slinging it. Depends where it had the poo, of course. But
right, so we've got back, got the dog washed, got my breakfast, cut the top end of the lawn. Now we'll sort out what we got. And 2 interesting things that I got were set of tent poles, or 1 set, but what I'm thinking is, come the apple season, these might just do, say 3 long, with a little basket on the end for getting those just out of reach apples. So that was a good find, that's a keeper. Piece of stainless steel, it's not solid bar, it's hollow, so maybe it was a handle or something because it's got 2 screw holes there. But I'm going to hang on to that, see if I can think of anything I can use it for. Stainless steel. A load of string, or guy lines, and tent pegs. And it's all been burnt and melted, but there'll be a lot of cordage there that can be used. I'll go through a fair bit of cordage. Now the rest of the tent pegs. So, I've got enough tent pegs, I might hang on to these or I might just put them in the scrap. But what I've got is, you'll notice I've got 3 buckets here. And one I'll put, because we've got a lot of aluminium, a lot of cans. A lot of cans will go in one, plastic will go in the other, rubbish will go in the other, and I haven't got one for the other strap. So we've got lots of bottles. And that's the big one. Lots of bottles. A lot of these bottles can't go in the recycling because they're filthy, but some of them will just want a quick wash down. That one, for example, and that can go in the recycling. That's that 2 litre pop bottle the dog was making all the racket with. Should probably want that out of there. And then we come, I think all the cans bar one I found were aluminium. 2 glass bottles. Now if you're in some sort of wilderness situation, there's your 2 water bottles. 2 water bottles. You can even boil water in a glass bottle as long as you don't get it hot too quickly. Just bring it up very, very slowly, and then you could actually sterilise your water in a glass bottle. So that's it then. A morning out walking the dog, which is productive rather than just bimbling around aimlessly. And you can do that if you know your area. We see all them kids in the woods, and they're burning a lot of wood in that woods. But if they ever get back to school, we'll go in there and tidy up a little bit. But that's it then. That was just a quick what I do when I'm just walking the dog. But I only pick litter up about once a month maybe. I don't get upset about it, and I really do just look at it as an opportunity to find things that are useful and that I don't know I'm going to find. Although having said that, I found seems to be some sort of tradition. The kids go camping and when they're finished they burn the tent. So we'll leave it at that then. Catch you in a week or so. Oh, you did properly check for ticks, eh? Are you ticking? Eh? Are you ticking? Yeah, that bad.